Building or buying a house is an exciting experience. To some, it is like a dream, but as exciting as you might be about bringing it to life and turning the key in the door for the first time, getting additional professional advice and assistance is essential. It can save you money, spare you the stress and regret that comes with making a bad decision, and help not to rush into a decision you will have to live with forever. An architect is one of the first professionals you need to talk to.
An architect is someone who's able to package a client's vision, draw it out, and basically build it up.
The architect will design the layout of the house so that it is convenient for you to move and live in your home. For example, an architect will plan the sizes of rooms with the maximum usefulness of the area.
For buying a house, you find that the architect is able to guide you in terms of money saved up. There's the option of building, which essentially gives you capital appreciation. On the other side, there's the option of buying a home, which you find is an option clients go for when they don't have the time horizon needed to construct a home.
When buying a house, an architect will be able to guide you on which developers to work with in the market. People who have products which can cater for your needs, guide you in terms of location, approvals you need, the sale process, and other items involved in the buying process.
An architect is able to delineate and point you towards the right direction, whether it's building or buying or renting.
The responsibilities of an architect are to advise his or her client, study their needs, to prepare, direct and coordinate design, and to supervise works executed under a building contract. An architect also gives such regular supervision and inspection as may be necessary to ensure that the works are being executed in general accordance with the contract. However, constant supervision does not form part of his normal duties.
The construction process begins at the inception stage when you meet a client and essentially you get the client brief. Basically, a client comes and tells you, hey, look, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom house. Or if you're doing a residential community, I have 2 acres of land and I'm looking for maybe 8 units of houses. And you basically take that brief and looking at issues such as zoning laws, plot ratios, plot coverages. You come back and tell the client, okay, this is possible, this is not possible. And you basically have a meeting of the minds whereby you agree essentially on what the brief is.
An architect as a professional is protected by law, and there are certain statuses that specify who should be called an architect and who should practice as an architect. One of the things you look at is the educational background, where they trained, also affiliation to professional associations such as the Architectural Association of Kenya. In most cases, an architect also acts as an adjudicator or mediator in instances of disputes arising on site between the client and contractor.
For a new buyer or for a new client who essentially wants to engage the services of an architect, the first thing I would advise them to do is to log on to the AAK website, or rather the BORAX website, and look for qualified architects. They're usually listed and they usually have registration numbers. And with that, you're able to single out a number of architects you can work with. You can approach them, ask them for their portfolio of works, looking at essentially what they've worked on in the past, projects they've completed. And if their portfolio is in line with what you're looking at, then you can engage them further on.